Hi everyone, long time no see. Well, it's been a while since I did a Cue the Commentaries video, and been putting it off and asking other people to give me questions, and everybody's busy and I think have filled with so many questions that they don't know which ones to ask me. So I thought, you know what, I'm just in the middle of 5 things. Gotta go out the door, gotta eat supper, gotta do this, gotta do that. It's like, let's go outside. Let's stand in the remaining light of the day and share. I think one of the biggest questions right now is isolation. What do we do as humans who are social animals, who are social people, who are social human beings, to do when our normal options, our normal patterns, and our normal life is interrupted? Normal tends to mean average, so it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It just means what patterns we're used to, what habits we have, what experiences we're comfortable with. And so the biggest impact of a change in pattern or an interruption of our habits is that we have to get out of our comfort zones. We have to change perspective or be faced with changing perspective. Personally, I feel that I'm an ultra social person, and communication with others is so key. And having almost 90% of my communication, especially this winter now, it's December 15th, oh my gosh, 10 days to Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. In the winter time, having 90% of my communication being electronic and primarily textual, without voice even, without video, to me that feels like I'm not actually connecting with people very much. And it's incredibly challenging because for me, for my wellness, I feel I need communication and connection and collaboration. And I'm so grateful that I'm connected with a network of people that are every week getting together for feelings work discussion, for nonviolent communications efforts, for delving into holistic design alternatives for our society, for alternative governance discussions, for ways that we can reconfigure our human world to be healthier and happier. And I welcome anyone to join in those, and that is an incredibly powerful support. But I know for many people who may not even have internet, this time of isolation is just such a challenge. I think that the best thoughts I can have on that is to embrace the opportunity. This is something that no one has probably experienced in lifetimes, and it gives us a chance to really examine the number one direction we need to examine, and that's inside. Examine who we are when we're not being fed by other people, when we're not being entertained by other people, when we're not being stimulated by others, by outside, especially beings, outside beings. When we do that, I think it's an incredibly scary experience, especially if you haven't done it for a long time or perhaps ever, to look inside and find out what's there. Some people will be trying to interrupt that push to look inside, perhaps with entertainment, distraction, perhaps with drugs, alcohol, many different distractions. But all of this present moment is encouraging us to look inside us. It always has been. But now, when, at least for me, can't really travel, can't really go out, can't go to the places I'm used to, can't see almost anybody, it really centers in. And even when I'm distracting myself watching a show or something, how many hours a day can you do that before you're sitting in your room alone thinking, oh boy, who am I? Where am I? What am I feeling? Where's my center? Where is my consciousness? Where's my heart? I encourage everyone to embrace that. And when we do that, for me, when I do that, I feel sometimes just terrified. Am I going to be alone? When am I going to be able to talk to someone again? When am I going to be able to dance with someone again? When am I going to be able to spar with my martial arts partners again? Will it ever happen? Is this world going to shift so fundamentally that none of those normal things that I feel are a part of normal, and good, productive, and effective, will they come back? Will the people that I have connected to in the past be there when reconnection is possible? What if they're not? Am I going to be well and happy and calm with that potential? And part of me is mad. When I look inside, I'm mad. I'm angry. There's so much going on that is ineffective and unloving and unforgiving and destructive. I can see, at least from my perspective, that's happening. And it's been happening, and it's continuing to happen. And I have to face that anger and say, what can I do about that? I can't run out and talk to people or, do the kind of networking or shifting, but I can do something at home. I can do something at the home within me, examining where are the steps I can make that are more effective, where I can improve my communication, where I can recognize that me as a sovereign being can be okay where I am. And I can use that powerful feeling to fuel that. And I want to thank Nicole Hartley Bradford, who has led the Feelings Workshop from out of province over Zoom and has really been helping to just bring this discussion forward. I can see the light is fading. And I also feel joyful. I feel joyful that the opportunities to do this inner work, to do these things, to do this self-examination has arisen out of this crisis, out of this global event, which is a culmination of destruction of environment, the ignoring of our biological systems, the ignoring of our health, the avoidance of dealing with what our real issues are. And now people are finding, I don't really want to live with my husband. I don't really like my children. I don't really like my parents. I'm not happy with my family. I'm not happy with my job. I'm happier working at home than in a cubicle. On and on and on. I really love being in touch with nature, and I can't be in touch with nature how I realized I really loved. So many realizations are coming out of this. And if we make space and we listen, and we take time to listen to ourselves, to listen to others, to listen to the voice that is coming out of the silence to speak to us, whether we call it our subconscious or a creator or nature itself, this is the time when that voice can speak the loudest, because so much else has been quieted, so much else has been brought to a standstill. So that's what I would say. Out of the joy, the fear, the anger, and the sadness that we have to deal with every day, being separated from many of the things and the people and the activities that we love, that is something that we can channel and transmute and change into an activity of development within ourselves. And I know it's painful, and I know it's uncomfortable, and I know it's something that many people haven't done in this precise way. But you're not alone. There is so many of us humans that are sitting, wondering, exploring, delving into ourselves, asking big questions, asking how can we move ahead when everything has changed? And where do we want that change to result in? What new opportunities and new lifestyles and new culture can we develop out of this? And there's a lot of people that are polarizing even more and saying, I'm totally against all these other people, all this other organization, all these other concepts. And some people are saying, I'm not going to be against anyone else. I'm going to be for me. I'm going to be my biggest proponent my biggest advocate, the wellness and happiness and joy that is my sovereign being, that looks after my soul, or looks after my health, or looks after my sanity, that is the most important thing. And when we're not distracted, and when we create the space for it, and when we start to look within in these openings in time, we discover what is truly important to us. The people that are most important, the principles that are most important, and the profound lessons and needs. Oh my gosh. Did we ever realize what our needs were before? We could always turn on Netflix and we could always say, oh, I'll see that friend next week. Well, now, yeah, you can turn on Netflix, but you don't know when you're going to be able to see that friend again. You don't know if they're going to be alive to see. We live in an uncertain world where safety is an illusion. The idea that we're safe in any moment, in this very moment, might be my last on this camera. We cannot delude ourselves into thinking that we have physical safety at any time. But we can have certainty in the solidness which is us, in our foundation and our grounding. But we have to find that foundation and build on it. We don't have to, but we have the opportunity to. And if we build on that foundation, we'll discover, after this global event has culminated and we've moved into a new time, that we're new human beings and that we've grown through it. Remember to fly. First, love yourself, always. And that's what I'm practicing today. Risku Dial Bell. Thank you.